What would it look like if Coco Chanel had shared a flat with Marlene Dietrich and Adolf Loos? That's what I'm going to talk about today, including a tutorial how to create your own vintage glam home, as I did for myself, having these three very intriguing personalities on my mind. Bonjour, my name is Vanna, I'm Madame Faction, and I'm here to show you how to live a vintage lifestyle. You know that my mission is to live a vintage glam life full of iconic fashion and avant-garde art. But let me tell you one thing, it doesn't stop at what you wear or what museums you visit. It actually should encompass your whole life, including the rooms, including the home that you live in. I have recently renovated our new home and have seen one more time. All the painting, all the sewing, all the upholstering and upcycling showed me a vintage lifestyle is not a hobby, it is not a side project, it is actually a passion. Now, after that huge project, I will today say that my apartment is actually my main personality trait. And I'm pretty sure people who know me will probably agree on that. But seriously, I mean, redecorating and renovating a new home is very challenging. It challenges and questions not only your personal tastes, I mean, it goes far beyond than actually choosing colors and styles that you would like to have at home. It is actually about creating future favorite spaces, like for eating, drinking, working, reading, whatever you like to do at home. It is also about finding a perfect balance between form, so style, and function, which means storage space, etc., etc. It is also about the very practical part of integrating your existing favorite furniture pieces into the new rooms. It is what I actually like to call the art of Tetris. Now, it's very practical, it's very organizational, there's a lot of logistics behind, and these are all the skills that you are voluntarily or not voluntarily actually going to train when having such a project. Our new apartment is located in an old Austrian building, which means that it has huge rooms and very high ceilings. Now, I do agree this is already a very simple base for a vintage glam home. Nevertheless, even me, myself, I actually feared starting doing the things. So where did I start? Pinterest. Pinterest is for me the most relaxed way to just slide into a project like this. So I just start scrolling, I just start actually dreaming about what kind of space I would like to have at home, and I just start actually pin pictures to a main board. So I have a main mood board at the very beginning, and then afterwards I will have like little boards underneath, which are going to be dedicated to the bathroom, the salon, the office, etc., etc. Now, somewhere in the middle of this so-called dreamy research process, you need to start thinking about the facts. So measuring your rooms is very essential to this part of the work. You also need to start listing the furniture pieces that you're going to keep. And you also have to start thinking about all the things, so your belongings that you are going to put into these furniture pieces. And you'll see immediately you'll start actually a list of to buy things or to buy furniture pieces just on the side. Now, once I had done all of these basics, once I had done my homework, I actually started to draw and to sketch. Now, this is the moment where this famous book comes into the game. I started to make ground plans here, more or less true to scale, and started also to draw the little furniture pieces that I was going to keep. After drawing your ground plans, after listing all of the furniture pieces that you still need to buy, it is the moment to define the style you will want to have at your future home. Now, you will take a look at your pin boards, you will actually sort things out, delete some pins, add some new pins, and you will see actually what is the style, what is the color, what are the motives actually of my future home. Now, in my case, my credo or my question was, what would the flat look like if Coco Chanel had to share it with Marlene Dietrich and Adolf Loos? Now, we are actually talking about a marriage of the styles around 1900, and I mean the ornamental ones, but also the more minimal ones, and Art Deco design. These are actually the elements for my future home. Now, what are we talking about precisely? We're talking about a lot of black and white drama, of course, think Chanel, think Loos. We're talking about a lot of precious but neutrally minimal glamorous materials. Marble is, of course, one main element, think of Loos again, but we're also talking about a lot of Art Deco glamour, which means brass details, curvy lines, which means also some kind of antique quotes, etc., etc. I added two very personal touches to this because on the one hand, I actually wanted to have a blue room. Now, no matter what my husband or Adolf Loos would say, I said to myself, I need a blue room. Now, the office was my chosen space, but we'll talk about this in a minute. The second thing is that I wanted to have a little element of folklore craftsmanship since my origins are Yugoslavian, and therefore I have a lot of beautiful things in my personal collection that I just wanted to add to the home decor. Let's talk about the main room of the apartment, which is, of course, the living room, or the salon, as I love to call it. The living room is actually a very complex room to design and to plan because it has a lot of functions. Now, on the one hand, we have the TV and reading area. On the other, we have the dining table and this whole area of the room. And third, we also have a lot of belongings and objects to fit into that room, meaning books, CDs, DVDs, we have vinyl records, we have the beautiful glassware, we have the cocktail bar that needs to fit inside of the room, and of course we also have a lot of photos. Now you see what you need here, of course, is a huge storage room. And talking about storage, please take a look just at what you see behind me. We actually chose a fake built-in huge wall bookshelf just to have all of these beautiful things to fit inside. Searching for built-in wall bookshelves on Pinterest is a very beautiful thing. Now you'll see a lot of magnificent examples of the past. Building such a wall bookshelf is not as fun as this. It's not as dreamy as you would say. It's a lot of work. There is no illusions about that one. Now, for practical reasons, but also for financial reasons, I actually chose the Billy bookshelves of IKEA because they are super modular, so you can really choose as many as you need for fitting such a bookshelf into your own ceiling and your own room. And secondly, financially, they're really cheap and you can really actually have them for a long time for this kind of a price. The couch that we have at home is the couch that we have been having for many years. I'm talking about 8 years. It's a Kivik couch from IKEA. I actually upcycled it by introducing more rubber foam into the upholstery. It gives a much better feeling when you sit inside. And I also chose a different cover. It's a cover coming from Cover Couch, and it's a beautiful black velvet that you would probably never see at IKEA actually. Together with my best friend, I built an ottoman that is used actually as a couch table. It is the second time that we did that already. I love this kind of a couch table. It is very comfy to put your feet on it if you want to. And we actually added a glass plate on a part of it. So when you need to have a drink or snacks, it's very practical to use it as well. For adding the Art Deco drama to the living room, I chose white columns on the walls to have this aspect of antiquity that was rediscovered during the Art Deco period. And we also added a lot of furniture pieces that are curvy. So even though they are not all coming from the 30s, they have this Art Deco-esque aspect to them and fit in very beautifully, I think. What I also like to show you is the bathroom. Now the bathroom is, if I may say so, the stylistic pearl of the apartment. Now, it comes with a lot of black and gray drama, which is evoking, of course, a lot of the aesthetic language of Chanel. It comes with a lot of ornamental aspects of marble, so the black marble and the gray marble, which is a nod to Adolf Loos. Of course, Adolf Loos rejected actually any kind of ornament other than the one that is inherent to natural materials, like marble or wood, for example. Now, what I added was the black long curtains and also that 30s chandelier. I think both add a lot of drama and a lot of glamour to the scenery of the bathroom. Last but not least, I would like to present to you one third room of our apartment. It is the blue room that I mentioned before. It is my own office that is painted in faction blue, of course. Now, the blue room stands a little out when it comes to the colors of the other rooms, but at the same time, it stays true to the style choices of the apartment. Now we have, again, a fake built-in wall shelf. We have 2 IKEA Pax cupboards that I reused actually from our last apartment. I cut some shelves in between and also up on it and actually constructed a whole wall shelf like I did actually for the living room. Now, in the end, I painted all in blue colors, which of course gives the room a very special charm, as I would like to say it. Now, the writing table is a vintage writing table. I bought it many years ago. I had painted it in black already. It's a 50s writing table, but it's actually mimicking Art Nouveau ornaments, which again fit quite nicely into the concept of the apartment. I chose a 1900 chandelier, one that is not as minimal as the others, but as a contrast, I chose a desk table that has a very Art Deco-esque style, although it's probably not Art Deco, but it doesn't matter for me, to be honest. All in all, it actually comes together as a beautiful but blue, actually, version of the concept of the apartment. Now that's it for how to create your own vintage glam for today. I hope you liked that video. Please leave some likes, leave some comments in the comments section. À très bientôt. Bisous. Salut.